In this video, we will have a quick look at an introduction to branding. Just a disclaimer, the information provided in this video was compiled from a textbook I use in my module Brand Management, and it was edited by Cunningham and called Brand Management, a Southern African Perspective, and it was published by Schaik Publishers. Images from various internet sources are also used, and please see the description box for additional links and credits. Now, the question, what is branding? We will have a look at the most common definition from the American Marketing Association. A brand is a name, term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's goods or service as distinct from those from other sellers or competitors. While essentially a brand can be used to tell a customer a unique story, build trust, develop perceptions, and enhance relationships with these customers. This makes branding actually very important because it takes the product or service one step further. It is not just offering a functional type of product or service, but it offers the potential to assist in differentiating the organization from competitors and have a perceptual map in the mind of consumers, which we will get to later in the series. In essence, brands are used by consumers to express themselves. Hence, there's a reason you have preferred brands for clothing, technology, and even food, because you want to identify with their image, what they stand for, simply because it's the best quality, or even care about how others perceive you or how you want them to perceive you. To continue on the topic, the key indicator of success in branding is when your brand name is used as a verb. And this usually happens with brands that are dominant in a particular industry or were first into the market. For example, if you think of photo editing services, you just say Photoshop it. If you think of searching for something on the internet, you just say, just Google it. And now the most recent development, it used to be, can we Skype? And now it would be, let's just Zoom. So you would really know if you are in the forefront, if you are being used as a verb. To continue further on this topic, these are examples of how products, services, people, and places can be branded. On the top right side, you will see, for example, people examples, Beyonce, Bonang Mataba, Cristiano Ronaldo, services, products, places. My own renditions of examples, if you recognize some of them, the middle one, obviously Netflix as a service, that's a brand. I Love New York, some of those famous branded t-shirts. And then also the right-hand side bottom corner is the famous tennis player Rafael Nadal's symbol, and then also Garmin for tech products. Why is Coca-Cola such a successful brand? Did you know that Coca-Cola in 2019, this includes all of the variants, was valued at over $80 billion US? That's insane. So insane that the combined GDP of several countries do not even make up the same value combined. This simply shows the strength of the Coca-Cola brand, and people worldwide know of these products and this brand. Even the poorest economies and people and places know this brand. And they are so successful for three reasons. They have simplistic branding, the Coca-Cola bottle itself, many other brands that came after Coca-Cola emanated the shape because it was convenient to use. And then Coca-Cola is also able to personalize their brand across global markets. If you remember the recent campaign they held, Share a Coke with Someone, where any name could be branded or printed on a Coca-Cola tin or bottle, and then you would resonate with the brand because no matter where you are in the world, you could share a Coke with person X, Y, Z. And that is why they are so successful, because you can personalize and resonate with this brand. Now looking at a brief history of branding so that we can find out or determine where it started to where we are now. Now in the earliest examples of branding, we look at the engraved symbols on bricks or the pyramids and the branding of livestock and artwork through the ages. If you have a look at the middle image, those are earlier examples. So although the use of branding to indicate ownership was useful, so obviously you brand it because this is my cow, manufacturers began to realize there is quite some potential in this. So during the 19th century, with the increased industrialization, meant that more products on a larger scale could be manufactured, and then consumers had access to more products. But this increased competition between the trusted products that have been in existence for a while and less known newer products being introduced at the time. So there was an increase in competition. And they had to develop a favorable perception and familiarity with the customers. Obviously, you want a customer to purchase your product. And hence, they branded their products to stand out, simply because they want people to buy their cream soda and not a random new entrant. And this strategy was extremely successful because more retailers began stocking different brands, so giving rise to small shops, and customers obviously had now more access to a variety of alternatives, even if they didn't want to purchase the more expensive one. And then manufacturers started to brand and diversify their product ranges. To continue on this history, obviously with this large production and new entrants, it led to increased competition, and branding was not protected by any form of legislation, so anybody could copy anybody's product, and that became a problem. Now, trademarks being associated with branding was the end result of this occurrence, and therefore manufacturers could protect their brands, which was vital because you need to protect your income and profit. So branding was initially a producer-initiated element and used as a sign of quality to support rational decisions. For example, if you produce a quality maize meal back in the day, it was associated with a specific name. But as branding became less functional and more symbolic and emotional to consumers, it has been used to motivate non-rational consumption. So in modern times, consumers purchase products and services due to the trusted brand name and not necessarily due to what the product offers them. This is what makes branding an important concept to understand. But yes, people actually do get confused between what a brand and what a product is. So next, we will have a look at that. So Kotler and Keller, very famous marketers, define a product as anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy wants or needs, including physical goods, services, experiences, events, persons, places, properties, organizations, information, and ideas. To differentiate or understand this difference, we need to look at 4 key elements. The first one is focus. In terms of products and brands, you need to satisfy a functional quality or emotional element. And this would then be a need, would be satisfied with a functional product like bread, but an emotional need, or not a need, an emotional want or desire would be satisfied with a specific brand. If we have a look at the Mitchum roll-on, you just need roll-on, you go to the shop and purchase the most or the cheapest rather. Then you satisfy a functional need because you don't want to smell. But Mitchum resonates with consumers who really need that additional support, that longevity in the product that really works and protects their ego in situations like in the gym. And that's a desire. They want that distinct product. Hence, they go for Mitchum specifically. In terms of the competitive advantage, it is extremely easy to copy smartphone features. You just get the base products, the processors, the cameras, the chips, anything you need to produce a high quality phone, like the new entrants in the market, like Oppo. But people will still go for a brand that they resonate with and trust. And that is why Apple and Samsung, up until recently Huawei as well, had that advantage. Of course, Huawei lost the advantage because of the trade ban and they can no longer access Google services. So people trust higher quality products like Apple and Samsung. In terms of tangibility and intangibility, a product like a cell phone or a handbag, like the Gucci handbag, you can touch and feel it. But if you think of the intangible brand image that you are associated with when you purchase a Gucci handbag, you get an intangible advantage, where a handbag, you could just use a functional handbag from any odd store. But the intangible advantage you get from purchasing a Gucci handbag will definitely resonate with customers who want to or feel they need to have a specific image, which links with the last component, image. People use brands to create an image for themselves, and they want to fit into a specific group, and hence we will use the Nike example. We have specific ranges. Yes, they might have functional products like their running shoes for the comfort, but also with their athleisure range and what they stand for really resonates with customers who want to build up their image. So to understand the difference between products and brands, you need to focus on those 4 elements. So in conclusion, in this lesson, we covered what branding is, why Coca-Cola is so successful, a brief history of branding, and the difference between products and brands. Episode 2 will deal with brand image. Thanks for watching.